This the NCB. I got a freak elite like Pablo P. 980 and DO folders where the Charlotte leaks. 252 for the Greenville. Hat on blue for the Tar Heels. I can edge them on this paradox like crack foes, like the locks. We knock bolts and the notch. Now I know money talks. How I can't even announce my parent script to reach the dot. Cause when this ball point to close, my mental travel hellish spots like astro projection. Cannot conjoint the two of us if there is no connection. But you can close section. The NCB, the NCB. The NCB, the NCB, whoa, whoa.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, I love you, Mr. Jackson, for real, I do.
I almost got away. If it wasn't for that goddamn Gerald Jackson and the NCB mob, I almost got away. Gots to be more careful.
This the NCB. I got a freak elite like Pablo P. 980 and DO folders where the Charlotte.
On tonight, viewer discretion is advised. On tonight, viewer discretion is advised. On tonight, viewer discretion is advised on tonight. All right. Might be some shit you don't like. It might be some folk that I might talk about that you don't like. It may be a motherfucking funeral home that's robbing, Peter and Paul, and won't even pay Paul, it won't even pay Peter, back what he robbed from Peter to pay Paul. Y'all just out here in the streets, just going ham. The funeral home is scamming. Child, I know you lie. You mean to tell me the funeral home out here ain't just laying bodies down, but they getting them a little bit of profit off of the body? Now, I understand that funeral home, hospitals, Chick-fil-A and motherfucking jails ain't gonna never run out of business, so you always gonna make some goddamn money. But I ain't never heard of a dang on funeral home sitting up here robbing the people. And y'all just think it's okay to keep sending your love. You know what? I ain't never understood dummies. Dummies are really, really, really dumb. Because see, even if somebody call you a dummy, don't make it seem like you really a dummy. Now, all these people on Facebook telling y'all, because the North Carolina Beat put a story out there that Lawrence Jackson funeral home up there in Laurinburg is out here scamming dead folks. Okay, we don't want to see y'all still going over there. We don't want to hear nobody asking you who got a body, and you talking about Lawrence got her. What? I know you. No. We ain't even going to the funeral if Lawrence got the body, because the motherfucking funeral directors and ushers, with the film might be trying to, walk down the aisles and confiscate people purses and take their black cards and they, JP Morgan Chase bank cards out their wallets and shit. So we not even going to a funeral that Lawrence Jackson is even motherfucking hosting. Okay. So we're going to talk about Lawrence Jackson funeral home tonight. We also going to talk about Southern Soul artist King South from Montgomery, Alabama is in motherfucking jail in federal custody after the feds picked him up on a gun charge. Damn well you a felon. You don't supposed to have no gun. The feds picked him up on a gun charge that he used. The feds picked him up on a gun charge, okay, because of a gun that he used in a state's case where a man came to the police. He ran to the police and told the police that King South invited him over his house under false pretenses and stuck a motherfucking champagne bottle up his ass while being held at gunpoint. And so the feds, picked King South up, on that gun charge. The state said, we're going to drop this and let the feds get him on this, but we're going to keep these sexual assault and sexual abuse charges. You need to tell me you in that goddamn video with all them goddamn girls. Somebody put a check down there and see if they really girls. We also going to talk about a man who went on Facebook and said that Southern Soul artist King South raped him. And he told King South to get up on him, and he heard all he remembered was King South telling him, this is what you wanted. They say these are not the only 2 victims at King South, and Montgomery have more victims. A janky ass promoter from Henderson, North Carolina, that had a CoolerFest recently this past Saturday night in Zebulon, North Carolina. And come to find out that the headliner didn't even get her back in the motherfucking performance. I know damn well that that you ain't motherfucking do Miss Westlove like that, honey. Okay, I know you ain't do Miss Westlove like that, Fredrick Jerman. A janky ass promoter, Jelly Roll Entertainment, aka Jump Judy Events. We ain't never heard no goddamn events organization called Jump Judy. What the fuck? Jump Judy Events down there in Henderson, North Carolina is being accused of not paying the back end for 3 artists at a recent CoolerFest. And they say Fredrick Jerman is in hiding. Look like he couldn't go hit up Rashad Baker this time. Look like they couldn't run up the road to a club where another promoter successfully brought an artist on stage to book them and bring them down here. Seemed like Westlove, Miss Jordan, the Jay Morris group stayed in the motherfucking city all day waiting for the money to perform for the fans. And the back end one down. But you know what? Y'all didn't miss nothing because there wasn't nobody there anyway. All right. A serial peeper out of High Point, North Carolina has been arrested yet again. And we the people want to know what Temp at notch. Word on the motherfucking curd, Temp's son, Noree Staton, the 19-year-old that I've been reporting on these past few months, who's been allegedly peeking over stalls while women's taking shits, chasing the children around the YMC motherfucking A in the bathroom. Then he was caught at the Walgreens in the bushes, jacking off to the customer. Then they said he was banned from Target after he was catcalling women. Police went around there to Harris Teeter and locked his ass up on a $250 bond after he groped a woman. This past Wednesday night, he was caught at a... This past Wednesday night, he was caught at a coffee shop walking around asking them if they wanted some motherfucking goddamn dark coffee. We're going to talk about his ass on tonight. A mother says the NYPD is harassing her, coming by her house all times of night during the day. She can't even eat her motherfucking porridge because the NYPD is pulling up looking for her 23-year-old son, accusing him of making 17,000 prank calls to the NYPD. The mother says her son is innocent and he ain't did it, and the NYPD won't even show her the number that the call is coming from. They told her, they said, well, ma'am, it could be coming from an app. They said, well, unfortunately, sir, you won't be able to check because my son is not here. She said that she told them that he wasn't there. They keep on coming by, won't leave. So she done came to the internet asking the public to help her. This is crazy because I can feel this mother's pain. I can feel it. I understand where she is coming from in this video. So we're going to start off with that story tonight. NYPD mother says that the NYPD mother, a New York mother says the NYPD is harassing her. Okay, a New York woman took to Facebook last Saturday asking for the public's help because the NYPD won't stop harassing her family over accusations that her 23-year-old son prank called them more than 17 times. On Saturday, July 1st at 1:35 in the morning, Pearl Hosher, who you see right here, posted a video alleging that the NYPD accused her son of making over 17,000 prank calls to their department. Miss Pearl said she asked the officers if they could show her the number that these calls were coming from, and they told her that they could not. She said that when she went, she said that her son's phone is in her name. She said that when she went to pull the Verizon call logs, not one call showed that her 23-year-old son had made any calls to 911. Now, according to Pearl, she said officers told her that the calls could be coming from an app and they needed to speak to her son because they believe that he's the one that's behind them. Harsha said that she told them that her son was not there. She said that they would not stop coming by her house, okay, until they spoke with her son. She said someone from the Eternal Affairs even. Now, y'all know damn well the goddamn Eternal Affairs supposed to be stuck behind a motherfucking desk. They done came out to her house talking about, we need to talk to your son because he been making 17,000 phone calls to the NYPD. Here's the video.
Pearl here. Not coming to you as Party with Pearl tonight or Pheromone. I'm coming to you as a mother tonight. I need help, guys. I need help. My son has been accused of making over 17,000 calls to the police department, according to the police. We have been harassed by the NYPD for the past several months, and today it really came to a head. When the officer came, he was very insistent and adamant about it, and I asked him for proof or what number or the calls coming from, and he says, they're coming from your son's phone. I'm sure they're coming from his phone. And I'm like, he's not calling the police. And then he made the accusation that police officers have been getting into accidents trying to get to the house quickly because of the constant calls. Again, I asked him, do you have proof of these calls? Can you show me where, they're coming from? I said, the phone is under my name and I have the call log and there's no 911 calls listed on the call log. He then says, it doesn't have to be from a phone. They can be done from an app. Of course, the conversation continued, and he insisted that he speak with my son. I let him know that my son was not here, and he said, well, he needed to question him, and if he did not or could not question him, he would come back every day, and at some point, the SWAT team would knock my door down and take our belongings and him out of here forcefully. I don't know what's going on, but tell me, what human being can make over 17,000 calls to the police department? I told him this makes no sense. It seems like they're doing that thing, spoofing or something. Something is wrong. And I explained to him something is wrong, but his response was, no, we believe it is coming from your son's phone. And there was just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was like, he's guilty, guilty, guilty. We just know that it's coming from his phone and we need to take him now. They said that they want to arrest him. I'm reaching out to you guys because I need help. I need help. My son has never been in trouble a day in his life. Many of you know me. You've seen me on my lives. You've seen me on social media. My son has always been an excellent A+ student, even until now. He's still in school now. And it's all about just trying to make a career and have a life that he can be happy with. And his main thing is trying to make us proud. He's a good man. I'm not going to say a boy. He is grown, but he's a good man. And I need your help. Some of you have connections. Some of you know people. Some of you know people who know people. I need you to share this video. Sorry. I need you to share this video. You can tag ABC. You can tag Al Sharpton. You can tag Ben Crump. You can tag the governor of New York. Whoever you know or can tag, I ask that you reach out and you do whatever you can to spread this. He will not be another statistic. He will not be another man of color that the police senselessly took out. I'm asking and appealing to you. to reach out. You can even reach out to me. Some of you know me, you know my number and all, but I'm asking you to just share this video and tag as many people as you can until we can reach somebody that can help us, because something is not right about this. When I asked to please show me what proof you have, don't worry, we have it. Something's not right. And they're coming to my house 11:30 at night. They're coming in the morning. They're coming in the daytime, and they're just showing up. Some of them say they're internal affairs. Some of them say they're detectives. Some of them were uniform officers. 11-something one night, 6 uniform officers showed up. We're already in bed, and they're telling me they're getting calls. It's not making any sense, and they don't want to listen to me when I say his phone is being spoofed or something is going on that's not right. So I appeal to you guys, and I'm asking you to share this video and reach as many people as you possibly can, and just get back to me. My son will not be another statistic. I appreciate all you guys. I thank you so much. Thank you for all of you who can't do any more than pray. Prayer goes a long way. Believe me, I know. So again, I just want to say thank you, and I'll keep you posted.
As you heard Miss Pearl tell you the story that her son is constantly being accused of making calls to the NYPD. Middle of the night, she's getting awake, woken up from her sleep. She has to wake up because the NYPD is coming to her house claiming that her son is making phone calls. They don't even have proof that her son is making phone calls. Imagine, and you know what? At first, when I saw the video, I said this may be one of those gangs, because they have these people in New York that dress up as police officers, but they're not really police officers, and they go around robbing people, pulling people over. Like, it's a group of them. It was on TikTok, and I was just like, damn. And then when I thought about it, the next day I went to go back and try to find the video because I wanted to report on it. I couldn't find it, and I was like, God damn. So at first I thought that. Then her sister had made a post on Facebook where she talked about her nephew being a 23-year-old teacher, you know, out of the state, well, in the state, but not in their city. And she posted a video of the NYPD coming to Miss Pearl's home. And I'm about to play it in a second. And you could just hear them, you know, just telling her what they're telling her. And then, you know, she's like, well, can you show me, improve me? Can you tell me what number it's coming from? They're like, well, we'll figure that out with him. So I'm about to play the video.
But when I leave here, okay, and you guys are talking amongst yourselves, think about the way how I'm being, okay? And that's how I'm going to treat your son when he's in the precinct. I want you to call him, and I want you to get him to come to the precinct. I know. I get it. His mom, you're going to tell me what you're going to tell me right here, but as soon as you go back inside and close that door, you understand what I'm saying to you. He can wrap it up. You can be all done with it today. And if he does have to get arrested,
Arrested for what?
If he does have to get arrested, and if he does have to go downtown, he can be out of there by tonight.
Arrested for what?
I'm just saying that's what it is. Okay?
Wait, let's just say what he's saying. Just don't.
She's telling you it will
So
all
we
be
can be
handled
safe.
very quickly.
Please.
He will be in and out.
Just take a breath.
That's it.
No, just take a breath.
Okay, so again, I asked you, are we able to see the numbers that the call is
That
coming
will
from?
all be dealt with him.
All right, so there's nothing we
He's
can
an
really.
adult. It's just the same way, like, if it was your husband, right, or your ex-husband, I wouldn't come here and talk his business to you. You know what I'm saying? I can't divulge evidence and all kinds of other stuff. You know, I'm just not gonna. It's not gonna. This will all go easy if he wants to call me and come and say, hey, all right, I'm gonna come. He can bring a lawyer. He can do whatever he wants to do. It's not a problem. But it's one of these things where he eventually, this is going to happen, where he's going to have a conversation with me. It's just whether he does want to do it on his own, or am I going to come here every day and am I going to knock on the door every single day? And eventually, they're going to, give me a search warrant for the apartment. And I'm going to come in here, unfortunately, and I'm going to look for evidence and phones and computers and all kinds of stuff. I don't want to do that. Just don't make me do that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
I think I'm being very reasonable. I'm trying my best to be extremely reasonable.
Okay.
So
I get it. Yeah.
have him call me today. Have him come in today. We'll wrap it
Well,
up.
he's not going to be able to get here today, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. I get it. Is he out of the country?
He's out of the state.
Out of the state. Okay. Then he needs to call me no matter what, and we can make an arrangement when he wants to come have a conversation with me. Or else I promise you, and I'm sorry to do it, I'm gonna come here every day, I'm gonna knock on the door, I'm gonna bother you.
Okay.
That's what he does. Okay? It's just so we're all on the same page.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right?
All right. Cool.
Well, she said he out of the state at the time, but he's a teacher in that state. He just went in that city. But this is the video. And I just don't believe one person can make over 17,000 calls. Now, I do believe that people can spoof your number. Like people can put your number in and make calls and do stuff. But through a thorough investigation, that's when the truth, will be told. But I don't know if they need him to be able to do that, because I feel like that it seems like to me they've already traced the number, and they already got certain information on his phone. It has to be something for them to keep coming back to her house. And like this detective said, he's gonna come every day. So, and I know the police, they got technology where they can track you before they come to you. Before, if you on the investigation and a detective come talk to you, or they call you to talk, 9 times out of 10, they have enough evidence on you to charge you. They ain't got to come and talk to you. But they probably want to get they want to get your side of the story. But then sometimes they don't have the evidence, but they believe you might be responsible and they want to talk to you. But I don't know how I don't know what she's gonna do, and I believe she's still being harassed as of today. The NYPD is continually harassing Miss Pearl Horsher, trying to get in contact with her son. Now, I didn't put her son information up there because I'm not finna help y'all get her son, and y'all come in the wrong way. I just feel like that. I don't know. I also feel like that y'all can track the phone to where he is. I mean, when you think, I know the police can do that. The 911 dispatchers do. They can track your phone to the T of where you are. So at the end of the day, why y'all ain't trace that phone back to him? But there's nothing else that's posted that suggests that the NYPD want them for some other reason. But if her son is out of state, and as she said in the video, that in the middle of the night, they're getting woke up because the NYPD is at their door alleging that calls are still coming. And then she says that they told her that officers are almost getting into car accidents trying to get to these scenes. I don't know. It just sounds very weird. This is a lot. This is very, very weird. And I would be worried. And I am worried for Miss Pearl for the simple fact that Who knows when someone say, you know what, I'm fucking tired. These fucking calls. And they just go ballistic and go over her house and get hammers and break her shit and destroy her fucking life and her fucking home, and then write up a report as if they just went in there and did a normal search and leave her having to fight a whole fucking department. What y'all think? I mean, that's a lot of damn calls. 17,000. I want to know how many calls is made in a month or a day or a certain time period. So how they getting calls from her house and he at home? Unless she hiding him. Now, Miss Pearl do look like somebody that'll hide her son. Now, she do. I don't know. Let me see. She do look like a mother that will hide her son and just tries to figure it out, all while knowing that what she's doing is totally illegal, wrong. If the police wants him, I just feel like I would just go in if I was them. See, I done had warrants out for my arrest so many times, and I ain't never ran from the police. As many times as I wanted to take them motherfuckers on a high-speed chase and run they fat asses out of breath, I did not. I turned myself in, and I was blessed to have officers and detectives that let me, call and get my shit lined up so I can go in and go out. So when I got to the jail, my bondsman was already there. I didn't even have to go back there and take a motherfucking picture. I signed myself out and out the door. I went. And if I had a security bond, the money was already paid. Jesus. Woo. Jesus. He paid it all. Look at your neighbor and say, he paid it all. He paid it all. The Lord paid it all, baby. Oh, I ain't have to pay nothing. Because see, when you treat people good and you do people good, they look out for. Yeah. But I would just go in. I went in. Like Jesus said, nobody took my life. I laid it down. I went in. I did. I went in. And I sat there and I talked in circles for him. And then when I got tired, I said, I need a lawyer. So at the end of the day, Miss Pearl, I would just prefer, just go ahead and take them in and let them get in his phone and do an investigation. And find out if these phone calls are coming to him or why whatever information they have is pinging that this shit is coming from his phone. Just take him in now. Just tell your son, no man take you life. You lay it down. You go in there. You tell them you innocent. That's what I would recommend. Just get it over with. Why make it harder than what it already is? How easy for it for the police to pull you over and say you was speeding and give you a ticket where you get to go home, then go back and forth on the side of the road with the police to the point that they get mad at you and lie and say you tried to do something and they shoot you and kill you. Take the ticket and go home, sir. Take the ticket and go home, bruh. Take the ticket and go home, Roger. It ain't worth it. If it's minor, go get a lawyer and have your day in court. Don't fight on the side of the road. Because from the moment you get lit up by the police, your life is now, your actions, your life is now dependent on your actions. How you react determines the outcome. You know why I pulled you over tonight, sir? No, sir, I do not, officer. You were speeding. Oh, what's that? Oh, man. Oh, my feet is heavy. I'm so sorry about that, officer. I really apologize. I know how dangerous that could be. I'm sorry. Do you have your license registration? Yes, sir, I do. Let me get it for you. All right. Okay. Hang tight for me, Mr. Jackson. I'll be right back. Thank you, officer. Clear on warrants. License valid, registration valid, insurance good. Okay. Okay. Mr. Jackson, go your license registration back. Just slow down, Mr. Jackson. That's all you got to just slow down tonight. I know you're excited. I understand the heavy foot. I got it myself. Just slow down tonight. Thank you so much, officer. I really appreciate it. You have a good night as well. You know why I pulled you over tonight? Why the fuck you pulled me? I don't fucking know. I ain't fucking do nothing. Y'all always pulling me over because I'm black. I ain't got no registration. What you gonna shoot me if I? Which one? I ain't got no fucking registration. I ain't got no motherfucking registration. Sir, calm down. Please calm down. 10-20. Send me, roll me some more units this way. I don't give a fuck about you rolling no units this way. Roll another one, bitch. Because I'm not giving you nothing, officer. Y'all put me over for nothing. Y'all fucking killed my cousin down the street last year. I don't fuck with y'all. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Bitch, I'm not giving you nothing. Matter of fact, you know the rest. You done pulled the fuck off. You know the rest. I ain't got to tell you no more. Just go in there and just say, just go take a minute, Miss Pearl, so y'all can get this over with. Just see what's going on. Hey, some cameras. Go to Amazon, get you a little pen. Stick in there. Just go down there so we get this over with, because we don't want you getting woken up from your beauty sleep. We don't want them to come in your house and take everything that you worked hard for. We don't want that. We don't want that, Miss Pearl. Just take your son down there and just say, I ain't do nothing. That's all you got to do. And let that shit go. Well. Y'all, we're going to pray for that family, man. Child, word on the motherfucking curve. A North Carolina family tells the North Carolina Beat. Yep, I spoke to them. A Carolina family tells the North Carolina Beat that Lawrence Jackson Funeral Home in Laurinburg, North Carolina, allegedly stole money from their 15-year-old son's insurance policy and lied about it. On May 13th, 15-year-old Zyshawn McInnes was killed in a fatal car accident. His grieving mother, Deon Johnson, had to do something no parent wants to do. She had to bury her child. Deon told the North Carolina Beat that she contacted Lawrence Jackson Funeral Home for her son's funeral services. Deon and her sister Iris Ragland went to Lawrence Jackson Funeral Home on May 15th to make funeral arrangements for Zyshawn. Deon says she had a $15,000 global life insurance policy on her son, and she says she provided the funeral home with everything that they needed. Iris, the sister, told the North Carolina Beat that the funeral home was breaking the packages down to her sister, Miss Deon, but they was keeping the prices away from her. When Deon and her sister Iris got home, they read the funeral arrangements. Iris told Deon that the $12,000 price that the funeral, the funeral director wife, Vicky, quoted was a little bit too high. So they went back up to the funeral home and they made funeral arrangements that totaled to $8,500, enough to get her son in the ground. During the planning of Zyshawn's funeral, the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation had his remains in their custody for their investigation for 2 weeks, according to Iris. At one point, Iris said things started getting weird, feeling weird for her. She just had a gut feeling about something. Iris said she felt in her gut that something just wasn't right. She told Deon to call her insurance company to see if the policy for Zyshawn had been approved so she could bury her son. Iris said they called. She said when they called, Global Life told them that they had not received anything from Lawrence Jackson Funeral Home. They told them that they were still waiting on the funeral home before they could process anything. On June 13th, Iris said they called Global Life back to see if Lawrence Jackson Funeral Home had sent something over yet. And Global Life told them that they had received some paperwork from Express Funeral Funding, which is a company that will fund the total amount of a death policy in 24 to 48 hours. Excuse me. Iris said Global Life told Dion that Express Funeral Funding paid her son's entire $15,000 policy to Lawrence Jackson Funeral Home. Now, they went back up to you, Lawrence, and they told you that 12,000 was a little bit too goddamn high. So they totaled the price down to $8,500. Hassan has a $15,000 insurance policy on him. Okay? So where's these people money? Where these folks $6,000 at? Lawrence Jackson Funeral Home? Because y'all applied for the whole $15,000. That's not what you should apply for. You should apply for the total amount of the funeral, okay, up to the total of what the policy is. So at the end of the day, they tried to steal money from this family, but the family came to the North Carolina beat. Global Life told Dion to go back up to the funeral home and get the paperwork. Iris said they called Vicky and they told her that they needed to meet with her ASAP. Vicky told them, child, I'm somewhere else. I'm distance away right now. I can't meet y'all. Iris and Dion insisted that she stop doing what she was doing and get her ass up to this motherfucking funeral home because we need to talk about this Express Funeral Funding. Okay. When Dion and Iris questioned Vicky about the Express Funeral Funding, she lied. Iris said Vicky told them that they thought about applying for Express Funeral Funding, but they shredded the paperwork, which was a lie. Dion said she was confused because her son's funeral was only $8,500 and she would get the remaining $6,500. Lawrence Jackson Funeral Home does not want to give Dion the remaining balance of her son's insurance policy. We reached out to the Jackson Funeral Home Thursday and briefly spoke with Vicky Jackson, who told us that she was familiar with the family but wasn't familiar with the situation, and she would get back to us later that day, but the whole never did. Now, let me pull up this real quick. In 2018, an article from the Laurinburg Exchange was written, and I'm going to read it verbatim. A Laurinburg funeral home has encountered, let me read the title. State Board puts Jackson Funeral Home under consent order. You know what? I am really ashamed for my last name right now because over the last couple of months, I have been reporting on some very horrific shit with the last name Jackson. And I'm glad to say I'm not kin to you hoes. A Laurinburg funeral home has encountered some troubles with the state and is operating under a disciplinary sanction. Lawrence Jackson III, the owner of Lawrence Jackson Funeral Home, agreed to a consent order on April 12th that sets out conditions under which he and the funeral home can conduct business. A copy of the consent order was obtained by the exchange through a public records request. Jackson had already signed a consent order placing him on a 2 years probation from February the 11th to February 11, 2017 that restricted the home's ability to sell pre-need policies and contracts according to the current consent order signed by Jackson and State Funeral Board President Matt Staton. Pre-need plans can be insurance policies or trust accounts that are designed to cover the cost of burial and funeral expenses. At the end of that probation, another investigation was conducted in March of 2017 that focused on Jackson's pre-need contracts and again found Lawrence Jackson III and Jackson Mutual Burial Association to be in violation. In the examination, Inspector Cagle found numerous violations of laws governing the practice of pre-need planning by respondent funeral home. A show cause hearing was held and a second consent order was agreed to in August of 2017. In the second consent order, Jackson Funeral Home was to be placed on probation for 5 years, pass re-audit within 6 months of signing date, and the home was not allowed to violate any of the board's statutes pertaining to funeral homes during that period. The order also directed that Jackson dissolve Jackson Mutual Burial Association no later than June 1st of 2018. According to the contract, a follow-up inspection was conducted at the funeral home on March 8th. During the inspection, auditors asked to see the funeral home's records pertaining to pre-need contracts. Respondents informed inspectors Lisenby and Stossener that the pre-need files were not available. Thereafter, respondent, which is Lawrence Jackson, left the establishment and was non-responsive to the inspector's attempt to contact him for the remainder of the day. The consent order states the inspectors were not able to assess or examine any records pertaining to pre-need arrangements. The inspection also found the funeral home to be in violation of the funeral home board statutes. Failure to display permits, non-compliant flooring, failure to maintain sanitary conditions, failure to maintain proper identification tags, no price cards on merchandise, no general price list, no quote compliant end quote pricing list for caskets and vaults, failure to maintain proper documents for cremation services, use of a misleading name. Quote, when funeral homes work with a licensed cremator, there's paperwork that needs to be maintained. That is something that Lawrence Jackson Funeral Home will comply with going forward, said Catherine Lee, General Counsel for the North Carolina Board of Funeral Services. According to Lee, Lawrence Jackson Funeral Home was still presenting itself as Jackson Funeral Home, a business that was established by Jackson's father in 1963. Records show that the funeral home's name changed at least as early as September 2017. Jackson was also failed to pay yearly assessed fees to the Funeral Service Board in 2017. On April 4th, Jackson presented documents to the board to show that the funeral home was taking steps to come into compliance. As a result, the board decided to suspend Lawrence Jackson III and Lawrence Jackson Funeral Home and Chapel's license to practice for 3 years, but issued a stay as long as Jackson follows the guidelines that the board set forth. Jackson was required to admit to the violation for which he was cited. He must stay in compliance with regulations and respond in a timely manner to communications from the Board of Funeral Services, and he must pay a total of $2,500 in fines. The board also revoked Jackson's Mutual Burial Association's license to sell pre-need plans. Jackson was ordered to transfer the records, assets, and agreements for, quote, members' benefits to Rich Hayes Boren Mutual Burial Association within 30 days of the consent order. If Jackson failed to comply with any of the conditions, the board can request another show cause hearing and take, quote, whatever action it feels is necessary and appropriate, end quote, Lee said. She did not elaborate on what actions the board might take. The exchange reached out to the North Carolina Department of Insurance to ask whether Jackson was being investigated for insurance fraud. Public Information Officer Barry Smith declined to comment on whether Jackson was under investigation, but just want to let you all know that the North Carolina Beat has sent a Freedom of Information Act to find out if Lawrence Jackson Funeral Home is under any type of criminal investigation. We have also sent them this news story via mail and email. Jackson referred requests for comments to his lawyer, Robert Crawford, or Rod Crawford did not return calls made to his office. You hoes out here in these streets robbing the people. I know your daddy turned over in his grave. We wondered, did y'all hoes put him in one of them goddamn caskets over there? Did y'all put him in a pine box? Because you hoes probably drove him to his death, took all his money because you saw a motherfucking gold mine, and now you want to run it like it's a motherfucking hood funeral home. You know, I ain't never trusted you funeral people. You hoes just look weird. I remember when my grandmother died and we was at Harrison Funeral Home in Troy, Alabama. And it was a weird ass man who was there. And while we was getting out the car, he peeking all out the blinds looking. So then when we go up the stairs and we knock on the door, he comes to the door to my, can I help you? Motherfucker, you know why we here. You just got off the phone with us. I said, nah, I ain't going up in here, mama. I ain't going up in here. She talking about, well, you might well come in here where all of us at or be out there with nobody at around the motherfucking funeral home. I said, oh, Lord, let me go up in here. It was just something weird about him. And then when he brought my grandmother out on this dang on stretcher, and it's like he was trying to get her over the thing, it looked like he was almost about to tip her. I'm like, oh, my God. So then when you look at my grandmother, we view her. We had to drive from North Carolina to Alabama. You know, and that was a very, very difficult time of my life. Very difficult time of my life. It drove me to my first charge. Okay, it was just depression and it was just a rough season. Me and my family went through a rough season. We went through a rough season, but. And when you're always going through, remember that the Bible says that weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Remember that. And it was just a tough time. And so when we got ready to leave, we out in the parking lot talking, laughing. We talking about my grandma, bringing up memories already. And he up here peeking out the window, like just peeking. So I tell my brother, I said, bro, look, this dude weird. He keep peeking. And then he'll go to another one that he'll peek. And I'm like, this dude is weird. And then I started getting thoughts. I'm like, have y'all ever felt like that the hospital have declared somebody dead prematurely and they really not dead? So they go ahead and call the funeral home and the funeral, because there are stories where people have woke up from the death table at a funeral home. Legitimate stories. I know a lady personally back home in Alabama where she was pronounced dead by the hospital and they took her ass to the funeral home, Harrison, and her ass got up. And every time I saw her, I just like, I ain't want to hug or like, I just didn't want to like, that's just weird. Really, certain shit just really weird to me. I talk my shit, but certain shit I'm just not really with. You know, I'm like, you just die. Oh, you just no, like, like don't put them spirits on me, cause that shit transfers. I do not want the death angel knocking over. Have a good day. But I feel like that them motherfuckers probably just went ahead and killed them. You know what I'm saying? Like they waking up and they jump up and the funeral people get scared. They like, just go ahead and kill him. I don't know. And just him looking out the window with that weird, creepy shit just made me have different thoughts about stuff. And I'm like, bruh, I don't know, man. Something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? But it was a difficult time in my life, man. That was one of the hardest times in my life. I've never been through anything as difficult as that was. Oh, that was so hard. And it's so crazy because still at my 27-year-old self, I call my grandmother number. Like I call her number just to see if she's gonna pick up. Ain't that crazy? That's how you know I'm still grieving. But a mama losing her 15-year-old child in a fatal car accident and has to do the worst thing ever, bury her child. And she goes to this funeral home who's supposed to make this process easier on her. This is not supposed to be hard. It's already hard. Her pain is already unbearable. And she goes to a household name where people who've been living in Laurinburg been getting their loved ones buried by this funeral home for years. And when she has to move on with her life, you take the little bit of money that her son left her. You don't know how many bills this mama is behind. Jobs nowadays don't give a fuck about your loved one dying. They'll send you a condolence today, see you at work next week, and dog you out. They don't give a damn about you. You don't know how many bills she behind on. You don't know how many other children she has to feed because of having to be out of work to bury her baby. And y'all know good ass motherfuckers sit up here and ride these ugly ass Cadillacs, chasing ambulances worse than Benjamin motherfucking Crump, and got the nerve to steal from a grieving family. You should be ashamed of yourself. And I hope the letter that I sent to the North Carolina Board of State motherfucking Funeral Service shut your hoes down forever. Everybody in the freezer need to come up out of there right now and need to be going to another funeral home, because you hoes ain't trustworthy. You the motherfucking boogeyman to every grieving family that's using your service right now. I encourage every family that has a loved one obituary on this website of this funeral home, call your insurance company to make sure that you get what you owe from that insurance policy, because it don't take $100,000 to bury nobody. Some people got insurance policies with a lot of money on it so they can cash out on it while people still alive. You can borrow from your insurance policy, but get these people their money. You don't need to go buy another bar of soap to wash your ass until you run these folk their money. Run it. I hope every goddamn I hope every tire on every motherfucking hearse you have go flat than a motherfucker. And I don't give a goddamn if the bodies in the back roll the fuck over, because they did anyway. No disrespect. I'm just saying. A gag is a gag. Catch it. But at the end of the day, I hope them goddamn hearse tires go motherfucking flat. I hope your business crumble. Got the nerve to rob a grieving family. How you gonna rob a grieving family? What's wrong with you? Do you know what it's like to grieve over somebody you love? You care more about money. See, when you do something that you love, or you do something that you called to, God's gonna pay your bills. You ain't got to rob nobody for it. You ain't got to lie about what you're going through to get nothing. If you ask and don't nobody have it, then move on. Come up with another plan. This is called life. And the goal is to make it. At the end of the day, you're wrong as fuck, Lawrence. All y'all in this picture, from Apostle Jack, look at that goddamn, look at that hair. I don't trust no motherfucker with no goddamn, what is that, Mr. What? Did you steal Mr. Brown goddamn wig? I don't trust none of you hoes. I don't even trust the little thoughtler that you got back there in the back, all the way to the right. We don't even trust her little thoughtler ass. We don't trust none of you hoes. You hoes stealing. Because if she up there with y'all, it's because y'all teaching her how to steal. Hey, Joyce. Yes. If somebody ever tell you to go to the store and give you something, or tell you to get them something, and they give you like 20 times more than what it costs, just keep the money and just say, I don't have the receipt. Just say they didn't give me the receipt. Okay, I will. Like, it's so easy out here in these streets to manipulate these people's minds. It's so easy out here in these streets to manipulate these people's minds. It's so easy. It's so easy in these streets to manipulate. You see how I just manipulate? You see how they just manipulate that little girl mind like that? Hey, Joyce. Yes. If you ever see us drop our body around here, don't tell the family. Just tell the family that they were already on the floor. We just had to pick them up. Okay. I hope that whole motherfucking funeral home catch on fire. God dog it. But we want the state board to get them bodies up out of there first. Bring them bodies on up out of there. Do, 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 do. How many you got coming from the back? 300? 300 what? People? Bot? What? Beep, beep, beep. Attention, Laurinburg. Highway such that's going to be shut down today. Transporting bodies across the city. Detour, find another route. We don't know what route you can take because we ain't got nobody to fill that position. And if you're looking for that job, we are hiring. We're starting at $35 an hour. But let me get back to the post. We're transporting bodies, so please avoid the area. Okay. Hey, Joyce. Yes. Woo! I'll be over here making my damn self laugh, man. Lord, my Lord. Okay. All right. They said, what's in that red cup, Gerald Jackson? Ain't no. I'm sipping on some Apple Crown tonight. Y'all know that's my favorite drink. I be playing with that other stuff, but this Apple Crown is really my shit. I fuck with the Apple Crown. Period. They call me Apple Crown King for real. All right. Just know I got Apple Crown all over my motherfucker. I got Apple Crown on my motherfucking sink in my bathroom. I got Apple Crown under the motherfucking pillows on the couch. I got motherfucking Apple Crown in my motherfucking closet. I got Apple Crown everywhere. It's Apple Crown everywhere. Every motherfucking where. And when you try motherfucking Apple Crown, you will go nowhere else. Try motherfucking Apple Crown. But that's what I got in my red cup. All right, let's move on along. Jackson Funeral Home, you will be in news break in a couple of days. All right. Word on the curb, a Montgomery Southern soul artist by the name of King South has been arrested by the feds after a man came to the police in Montgomery and said that he stuck a champagne bottle up the boy's ass while holding the boy at gun point. And King South's son is running around here on a press run claiming that he didn't do that. I guess we're going to see. A gay Alabama photographer says he was sexually assaulted by Montgomery Southern soul artist King South, whose real name is Southern Luzane III. King South is known for one of his hit songs, Southern Soul Cowboy, featuring Jeter Jones, among many others. But he will probably soon have to register as a motherfucking sex offender after this young boy right here, Ron Viugata, a gay photographer, said in May 2022 Facebook post that in October of 2019, he was lured into hell under the impression that he would be doing business with King South and gain more exposure and continue building his brand. But that was different from what the down low King South had in mind for Viugata. Viugata said King South left him feeling damaged and he no longer feels like a shining star. On the night of October 2016, Viugata said King South inviting him to a studio to do photography work, where King South made him get undressed while holding him at gunpoint. Viugata said that King South proceeded to assault him sexually. Viugata said he remembered crying and trying to fight King South off him, but King South allegedly would not stop and told him, "I know this what you wanted." Viugata said, "I didn't want that." He said, "I was defenseless and out of body. I still don't have the courage to go into full explicit details because I never got therapy for it. I just dealt with it on my own." In this post, Viugata said he never gave any straight man a sign that he wanted them or something from them, including King South. He said, "Why did you ignore my cries, King South?" He said, "Why did you ignore my cries for you to stop?" Later in the social media post, Viugata said King South bugged him and tried to kill him. He said, "I want whoever reading this to know that King South drugged me and tried to kill me after he realized that he messed up. I had to run for my life from his demons before he could shoot me." Viugata said he wanted to avoid running paths across King South again, so he stopped doing photography. He said he had dreams of becoming the best photographer in the world, going on tours and building his own Vogue. He said, but those dreams are crushed. King South crushed him that night. He said what King South did to him changed his life forever. He said, "I used to hate this man, but I don't anymore. I do wish for his downfall. I wish downfall on his entire bloodline for not being real with him. I always told myself that I would have the last laugh." 1 month after Ron Viugata made that post on social media about what King South did to him, on June 15th, King South was arrested by the Montgomery Police Department and charged with sexual torture and abuse. He was also charged with sexual extortion and unlawful imprisonment in the first degree. He was booked in the Montgomery County Detention Center under a $90,000 secured bond, which he bonded out on. While King South is still waiting for trial in this sexual assault state's case in Montgomery, where another man came to police and said that King South sodomized him with a champagne bottle while also holding him at gunpoint. We're going to get into that document in a minute. Now, King South is currently in the custody of the feds after they arrested him because of the gun he allegedly used in the sexual assault case we're about to get into in a minute. Now, it's two separate cases. Ron Viugata is a person who put his story out there, but he didn't file charges on King South. Okay, and we about to read his status in a minute. Now, the Fed said that on June 15th, they executed a search warrant at King South's home, and they had found multiple weapons and ammunition in his home, and they took him into custody. Now, somebody said King South don't even take care of his damn kids. What? Child, I know you lied. Child, he lied and said that the feds went in this wall and took some money, but they ain't take him at the time. Lying out of King South. Why you lying? Now, if you like dick, the only way King South gonna be able to come out of this and get out of this if he say he was in a relationship with this boy. Now, I'm gonna read you the details because the details not really in favor of the boy that's making the accusations. But although the boy did what he did or sent what he sent to King South, that don't give you no right to rape nobody. That don't give you no right to sodomize nobody. That don't give you no right to stick a champagne bottle up somebody's brown booty hole, in the words of Nobody Knows Red, Sexy Red. Okay. So at the end of the day, if you married to a man and he want to fuck tonight and you say, I don't feel like it, that don't mean he could just take your pussy. Are you crazy? That don't mean that he can just take you down through there. Yeah, we all a bit through there. Yeah, we all a bit through there, Yeah, we all a bit through Yeah, we all a bit through there, all a bit through there. Yeah, we all a bit through there. Yeah, we all a bit through there. Shorty bad, and she all a bit through there, all a bit through there. All right, yes. Okay, we can't take you down through there. Okay. So let me get to this. Let's get to this post real quick. Yeah, we all a bit through there. Damn right. Yeah, we all a bit through there. All right, so here we go. Okay, so now this post was made on May 17th, 2022. All right. Now, this is what Ron Viagata says. He said, I will lead this up. I just don't want to die without someone knowing my story. Be graceful to me. He says, King South is a horrible person. I want to reveal something for the first time ever that no one knows. What I have to say isn't a joke. And I don't. Damn, I can't read. Hold on, y'all. And I don't want to leave this up. It just feels good to finally feel powerful enough to share something and not feel scared. I ask that no one screenshot it if I do delete this, because this is personal for me. A personal moment that makes me appreciate the strength God gave me to relinquish that pain and replace it with love. For the past few years, I will hate to hear this man's name. I hated seeing people supporting his performances, his music, and his live streams. Everybody loved this man. But King South did something to me that traumatized me for years. People from my hometown may remember that years ago, I used to do a lot of photography work in the clubs, and it was some of the funniest moments of my life, because everyone respected me for my talent and just let me be myself. I got to travel and meet people and have all of these great connections in my contacts that I learned. What do you say? That I earned, excuse me. Hold on, y'all. That I earned. I also felt like I was representing my community, and damn, I can't read. I felt like I was representing my community and breaking stereotypes. I made so many connections and lost them all because of the fear I had of running into this man and what he would do to me if he saw me again. The great friends I used to have at that time never knew why I ghosted the party scene. And wait, let me find where he at. Hold on. What was it? Wait, hold on. No, let me see. I think this. Okay, it's cut it off. Let me go back. He said, while I ghosted the party scene and ultimately them as friends, I even gave up on my photography business at one point, taking it as a sign to not pursue it. I found the guts after years of holding that trauma in to tell my close friend what happened just so it didn't eat me alive. The night was October 16th, 2019. I didn't confide in my friend. I think this goddamn Apple Crown is blurry in my eyes. The night was October 16th, 2019. I didn't confide in my friend until 2021. I told him I'd never say anything publicly because the quote Me Too movement debates made me feel like people wouldn't believe me, or if I did come out, then who would really care? Because again, everyone loves this man. I accepted feeling like he won and got away, while I was left feeling damaged and not like a shining star. I felt so small and stupid after what he did to me. He made me hate straight men at one point in my life. I never looked at straight men in a sexual way out of respect and for the love of building my business the best way. I've done a lot of business, 100 plus, and not one person will say I made advances toward them. I was lured into hell under the impression of having the chance to work with a big artist to gain more exposure and continue my growth. On Jesus Christ, I used to replay the flashbacks of me crying and fight him off. And he told me, I know that's what you wanted, but I didn't want that. You invited me to your studio to do business. What did I do to make you think that? Why did you ignore my tears and cries for you to stop? I was defenseless and out of body. I still don't have the courage to go in full explicit details because I never got therapy for it. I just dealt with it on my own. I want whoever reading this to know that King South drugged me and tried to kill me after he realized that he messed up. I had to run for my life from his demons before he could shoot me. I never wanted to run excuse me. I never wanted to cross paths with him, run across paths, run past. I was a younger run with dreams of becoming the best run I could be. Oh, the third one didn't pull up. Hold on. Wait. I knew the third one didn't pull up for some reason. Let me see. I think this is it right here. Hold on, y'all. I was younger run with dreams of becoming the best run that I could be. Okay. He said, which is what I told y'all earlier. I used to hate this man, but I don't anymore. Blah, blah, blah. He said, well, let me read it. Younger run with dreams of becoming the best photographer in the world, going on tours, a bit of my own vote, but that one night changed me. I used to hate this man, but I don't anymore. I used to hate trusted people, but I don't anymore. I do wish for his downfall. I wish downfall on his entire blood. Ooh, I can see this good. I wish downfall on his entire bloodline for not being real with him. I always told myself that I'll have the last laugh because God was with me that night and protected me from a man that has no soul in him. It feels amazing to type this, and I hope someone understands that running to the police after something like that isn't what goes through every victim's mind. I'm proof of that. I asked God to put King South in the deepest level of hell for all the pain he caused to a shining star. I ask that God has mercy on his bloodline for having to suffer for his actions. I am not a victim. I am a seed that learned to sprout when life threw dirt on me. Oh, boy, I just got chills all down my body. Like I got, oh my gosh. Like, oh, I wish y'all could see it. Oh, I wish y'all could see it. I wish y'all could see it. My hair is standing up. Boy, that last part right there blessed me real good. Hey! We need a musician. Baby, that blessed me real good. That was real good. That was real good right there. Oh, I got my apple crown. Look at your neighbor. Say, neighbor, pull you up one for that one. Maybe that was a good one. Let me read that one more time. Hold on. Let me read that one more time. Let me read that last line. I am not a victim. I am a seed. Hold on. Wait. Let me back up. Wait. Let me read that one more time. I am not a victim. I am a seed that learned to sprout when life threw dirt on me. Woo! I felt that thing. So, you know what? I always knew King South was a little trade. I knew King South was a little trade. Everybody knew he was a little trade. Just like everybody know Michael Jackson was fucking with them children. Everybody know that King South loves a little dick every now and again. Yeah, he loves a little dick every now and again. Now, according to court documents obtained by the North Carolina Beat in March 2022, Montgomery police received a complaint from a victim number 2, who reported that King South had held him at gunpoint and sodomized him with a champagne bottle. King South, God, and the unnamed victim met 2 days. Now, this is where it's about to get real. It's about to get real good. Clutch your pearls, hoes. King South and the unnamed victim met 2 days before the assault to discuss a, quote, potential business arrangement whereby King South would promote the victim's beverage brand. Okay, end quote. The evidence appeared to show that the victim sent King South a series of sexually explicit text messages and photographs at the meeting, according to the documents. After King South received the sexual explicit photos from the man, prosecutors said he invited the victim to his home under the pretense of having him serve for a social gathering. All right, court documents said when the victim arrived at King South home, it was no such gathering. It became apparent that there was no such gathering, and Luzane instead allegedly held the victim at gunpoint, forced the victim to reveal contents of his cell phone, directed the victim to undress, and then sodomized the victim using a champagne bottle. According to court documents, the victim told investigators that King South also tried to extort him by trying to threatening to reveal certain sexual explicit photos that the young man sent South. Investigators said King South denied the allegations. The Alabama prosecutor said King South continued conversing with the victim 2 months after the alleged assault. The North Carolina Beat learned over the last weekend, that the victim in March 22 incident is separate from Ron Viugata. In 2002 and 2011, King South was also hit with domestic violence charges. The motherfucking feds say that he's a flight risk, although he broke down a motherfucker. They say he's a flight risk. The FBI said they seized a pistol, a Mossberg, a shot wave, a 12 gauge, and ammunition. Federal prosecutors tell the North Carolina Beat that King South initially pleaded not guilty to the gun charge, but recently changed his plea to guilty. Federal prosecutors say King South's sentencing for the charges is set for October the 2nd, 2023 at 2 p.m. in Montgomery. He faces up to 10 years if he is convicted. He's already a convicted felon. And he wasn't supposed to have no gun, and then he used the gun in 2 cases. One in 2019, but that boy didn't file charges. And then in March of last year, okay, and they found that gun. They found that goddamn gun, King, and now your ass is in jail without the bill. So he goes to court October the 3rd. He's going to be sentenced. Now, he has not went to trial yet on the state charges, because they did King South the same way they did Lil Boosie. Remember, Lil Boosie got caught in San Diego with the gun. Okay. San Diego dropped the gun charge and the feds picked it up. Okay. But that cleared Boosie's case with San Diego because he had no other charges. Now, in this situation, he has a couple of charges. He has sexual extortion, sexual torture, sexual abuse, and unlawful imprisonment. And he has the gun charge. So Montgomery said, we're going to drop the gun charge and keep these other charges on him, and we'll let the feds pick up the gun charge. So he's still facing all 4 of those charges still. He's just facing the gun charge on federal level. Okay. Now, at first, King South pleaded not guilty, but he changed his plea. But I'm trying to understand, if you like men, just be a man and just like men. You ain't got to be out here bringing people Jeffrey Dahmer and motherfuckers. Jeffrey Dahmer was out in these streets meeting people. Oh, come on, let me buy you some beer. Let me buy you some beer. Come back to my place and chill. All the while you planning to kill these people. You inviting these people over your house, for a photo shoot. Oh, come on and work at the studio. Take some pictures while I'm in the booth. Oh, come on over and sell your liquor. Then when the door's shut, it's drop them motherfucking drawers, drop them drawers. Drop them motherfucking drawers if I blow your mother. Drop them motherfucking drawers. People are monsters. They are. They monsters, y'all. You think they the nicest people in the world. But behind closed doors, they are really monsters. Drop the motherfucking drawers if I blow your brain off. Y'all believe King South did that? Y'all believe King South was out here fucking these boys and doing this shit to these boys? Or do y'all think these boys wanted it? Because one boy was sending him messages. That's a proposition. When you send somebody some sexual explicit photos, that's a proposition. So the boys sent King South a proposition. But I feel like that if somebody's sending you naked pictures, why you got to rape them? That obviously mean come get you some. That, I mean, at the end of the day, that obviously means that they want you. So why do you have to? I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. I really don't understand it. So, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's a lot of victims. They say, "Oh my God!" Wait, somebody said, "Oh my gosh, what a bottle!" People be having some dark. Man, I'm trying to tell you, these people are crazy. I mean, God damn. All right, let's go on to the next story. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. Word on the curb, some janky ass promoter, Jump Judy Events, headed by, Fredrick Jerman, who keeps stealing a little bit of credit his wife got. You know that hoe ain't got no credit, just like she ain't got no inches. And I'm still gonna roast you hoes from the last time you hoes on the phone trying to talk to me and come to some type of resolution, but we could not come to no motherfucking resolution because you a fraud, Fred. And now you done brought another set of artists to motherfucking North Carolina and you can't even afford their ass. I mean, what do you do? Do you rob the banks? What do you do? Do you use your CPNs to get loans and credit cards? To pay the front end just so you can put them on the flyer to tell the people that they coming so the people can run and pay for their ticket. So when you see all that money and you see how much you got to pay for these people to get to this stage, you like, fuck that. Hey, take that shit home. Hey man, they coming. They on the way. Lying to the people out there telling them folk on the way, knowing the folks been in the city all day, wait for you to bring the back end, and you ain't brought the back end yet. He ain't brought the back end yet. Now, how in the hell, Fred, that you is out here in these streets trying to compete with New Planet Entertainment? You will never be a Ray Ramsey. You ain't got as much money as Ray Ramsey. You don't even look like money. You look like spit. You look like somebody just, you know how you spit in a motherfucking ant pile? That's what you look like, a little ball of spit. You look scared as hell in this goddamn photo. Let me see. You look like you running from somebody. Who the fuck you running from, Fred? Look at you. You look scared. You like, oh shit. They done got me again. Fred, why is you out here in these streets? I can't even roast Fred no more. Fred is I'm just tired of roast. Fred, why is you out here in these streets robbing these Southern soul artists? You know this how these people feed their family. You know them hoes done spit the front end already. If a motherfucker charge you $5,000 total, the front end is $2,500, and when they get to the city, the other $2,500 is their money before they hit that stage. I heard that you couldn't even come up with $1,000, Fred. Y'all, Fred couldn't even come up with $100. Fred, I know you ain't that broke, Fred. So one of the King South artists, one of the one of the Southern soul artists named West Love, who, by the way, I'm a huge fan of. I love West Love. Wait. So I'm about to play this video of her talking about why she didn't perform the other night.
Y'all come on, check on in. Y'all check on in. Come on in the room, y'all. Come on. If you woke, come on in. Okay. Oh, they headphones. Oh, I'm about to say you sound like a cat. Y'all know I don't like cats. Y'all come on in here. If you woke, wake on up. I got something to say tonight. If you was in North Carolina tonight, y'all check on in. Check on in. Oh, darn, them numbers going up. Come on in here so y'all can hear what I got to say. Y'all in? Come on. All right, I think I got enough for y'all right now. And those of you that are coming in, y'all can go back and watch the video over. But I really want to make a special announcement because if you guys know West Love, you know that I love y'all. I love my fans. Without my fan family, baby, West Love wouldn't be West Love without y'all. But one thing I want y'all to understand is West Love coming on this road and doing shows, this is my career. This is my livelihood. This is how I eat. This is how we provide for our family. Okay? Last night we was in Alabama. Muscle Shoals, Alabama. And today we had to come to Zebulon, North Carolina. Which was, how many hours that was? It was 10 hours and 30 minutes. Which in this van, it probably took us, what, about 11 hours and 30 minutes? Because we had to stop 2-3 times to get gas and eat. I don't play when it come down to show business. You understand me? Nobody that travels with me play when it come down to show business. We all be on the same note. What time they say you go up? What time you got to be there? Everybody. We all on one accord. Tonight was very hurtful. Very. We've been on the road since last week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We had to come back home Wednesday. Thursday, we had to pack, and we had to host karaoke Thursday. And then we back out on the road Friday. I did the show last night. Last night was amazing. You hear me? Y'all, didn't we have a time last night? We had a time down there in Alabama.
Wait. We had a time last night.
Shows y'all show love. Thank y'all so much for having me down there. And as my brother stated earlier, if y'all watched his video that he did earlier, I'm not bashing, bad-mouthing nobody because things do happen. But one thing I don't like is for you not to be honest with me. Be honest. I could take honesty over a lie or you stalling me. Just be honest. If something happened on your show and it didn't work out like it was supposed to, I ain't no love like wet love. You hear me? Be honest. But after I done been there since 8 o'clock and it's 11 o'clock and I still ain't went on stage. And I'm your headliner. Not only did the headliner not go up, Miss Jody didn't go up, and J. Morris Group didn't go up. Just be honest with us and tell us straight up. Because this is how we eat. This is how we live. This is how we provide for our families. We ain't doing that. Ain't nobody on this green earth can tell you that they done booked Wet Love and Wet Love didn't show up to a show. You tell Wet Love to be there at 9 o'clock. Wet Love there at 8:45. I need them 15 minutes to get myself together. So, to the people that came out to the show tonight in North Carolina, I apologize. Okay? And the only reason I'm apologizing because I know some of you came from near and far. And y'all paid money to come to the show. Your money that you work hard for too. I'm sorry. But it's business. It's a business, y'all. This is how we provide for our family. And we done drove 10 hours. 10 hours and 30 minutes what the GPS say. I told y'all it was more than 10 hours and 30 minutes. About 11 hours to get there. We got here like what? What time we got to the hotel? About 5? 4? About 5, 6 o'clock. We got here about 6 o'clock because I told y'all we were going to leave at 7:45. Yeah, we left at 7:45. The GPS said we were going to get there at 8:22. I've been there sitting in my van for 3 hours. That ain't okay. Promoters, come on now. Well, love y'all because I appreciate y'all booking me on them shows. Be honest with your people. Cause I ain't no Lord like, well, Lord, you being honest with me, I would at least went up there and did something. One song. Now I gotta go back home. My brother done made... This is another thing. Artists, when you got a good manager, your manager's supposed to take care of you. Because we done drove all the way over here, my brother made sure we was straight. You need somebody that's gonna make sure that you all right if you call them your manager. Okay? Like I said, to the promoter, I'm not saying he's a bad guy, none of that. I don't know what happened tonight. Okay? I don't. I don't know what happened. And I do understand that things happen. But I apologize, North Carolina. Well, Lord wasn't gonna hit. I can't hit the stage like that. You gotta be honest or have that envelope. Y'all heard me? You gotta be honest. Have that envelope. Cause this how I eat. I don't travel up and down this highway for nothing. I gotta take some back home. I got kids, y'all. Come on now. It's at the end of the day. Again, I apologize to all of y'all that came. West Love had been there since 8 o'clock. It's 11:44 now. We left at 11 o'clock on the dot. I do apologize, but West Love will be back. When I go back, July 28th or the 27th? I think it's the 28th. July the 28th, West Love will be in Smithfield, North Carolina. Y'all make sure y'all come out. All
right, y'all. So I had to cut it off, honey. You don't pay for no promo over here, honey. Ain't getting no free promo. Okay. All right. So Miss Jody. Some of y'all know Miss Jody. You better call Miss Joe. I think that's her child. I don't know these people like that. I know West Love though. Miss Jody said, "Hello, everybody. This is your girl, Miss Jody. I would like to thank, those of you who came out to see me at the CoolerFest in Zebulon, North Carolina on Saturday, July 8th. Unfortunately, due to business not being handled properly, I was not able to perform. However, Miss Jody was indeed in the house. So once again, I sincerely apologize to those of you who traveled from near and far to see my show, Miss Jody." And then the J. Morris group said, "Y'all always ask us why we don't post what shows we will be on, and this is why. We flew all the way to North Carolina for this CoolerFest show, and the promoter did not pay us. We would love to say where we are, but almost every time we do something like this happen, and then when we not on the stage, y'all be mad at us." So again, Fredrick Jerman flops. His shows flops. He's one of the jankiest promoters I've ever seen. Okay. When anything going on in North Carolina, trust and believe, I know it. And when people got janky business going on, scammers, trust and believe, it's in my inbox. And I don't know, I ain't never wrote a story on a janky promoter since I've been blogging for 10 years. Until Fredrick Jerman came along. And I feel like Southern Soul Blues is for the grown folks. It's not for the 18-year-olds and the 19-year-olds. Now, it's for me. I'm 27, but I grew up in the South. I grew up down in Alabama, Troy, and I grew up on blues music. I grew up listening to Betty Wright, Tyrone Davis, Sir Charles Jones, Mel Waiters, goddamn, uh, Prince, all them people, you know. So when you're dealing with grown folks, you think you'll be about your business because you grown. You ain't like these young rappers that's trying to bring Glorilla and trying to bring NLE, NBA Youngboy, Kodak, and they bring the front end, and then the artists don't show up. And then you're not even probably gonna try them artists like that because they managers probably tell the promoter, look, if y'all don't have our back end, we're gonna turn that bitch up. Don't come us down, have our shit, or whatever. And normally artists allow promoters to, they get their back end when they get to the city upon arrival. Get a promoter sometime, but that's normal practice. But at the end of the day, Fredrick be knowing before he booked these talents that he don't have the money to pay them to hit that stage. You may have the money to bring them to the city, but you don't have the money to put them on stage. And that's where people are getting angry. Yes, a lot of people say, a lot of artists don't worry about it, but it's a loss for them. You heard Westlove say her manager them had to get him something. And then he said he gave Miss Jody something too. But at the end of the day, these people feed their family. And they depended on whatever amount of money that they charged you upon arrival. And you the only one that walk away with the bag. Because you saw all of the money come in from the ticket sales. See, what Fredrick do is he have enough money to bring big name artists or a lot of artists that's going to bring the crowd. And if you got somebody like Westlove up there, Stan Butler up there, Miss Jody up there, people going to buy tickets. And when you see that price, when you see that money come in, after you done spent all your money, you see that money come in, and then you subtract Miss Jody money, Westlove money, Jay Morris money. You like, man, I ain't got shit but $300 when I got $30,000 right here. So am I gonna walk away? Am I gonna go home and then throw out all this nice show for the community and the people with $300? Or I'm gonna keep this $30,000 and stall these people out here in this crowd and let them know that they on the way. They said that nigga was still out there at 5. The show started at what? 4 something in the afternoon, 8, whatever. They said that motherfucker was still out there at 5 o'clock in the morning. Talking about they still on the way. Them motherfuckers done went on home in their hotel room, sleep. Everybody going home, and you still out there. They on their way. 30 minutes later, they on their way. Fred, them hoes, the people was not on their goddamn way. You knew you didn't have the money for the way. You knew you couldn't afford them people. And his wife, she owns Jump Judy. She owns it. Girl, take control of your name. Take control of your credit. The little bit of credit you got, you don't let Fred just destroy it. Fredrick's name can't go on no paperwork because his name is bad. He got to use everybody else's name to do business. That's why he's not a businessman. Because a real businessman would have done research onto how to make their name better than what it is so they can put their name on some fucking paperwork and say they own shit. Fredrick Jerman don't own shit but a bunch of lies. Because if he's breathing, he's lying. And I'm going to need y'all artists and managers to do a little bit more research. Let me give you some tips if I was a manager. If I was a manager and I had an artist, first of all, when you inquire about booking my artist, I'm gonna get your information. But before I take any payment from you, I'm gonna look you up. I'm gonna Google you. I'm gonna research to make sure you ain't no janky ass promoter. Okay? And if everything is a go, we're gonna go ahead and proceed. Do a little bit more research. And I saw somebody in Jay Moore's comment talking about y'all got poor management. Y'all got bad management. How y'all keep running into these situations? Girl, because it's janky ass promoters out here. A janky promoter has nothing to do with an artist manager. It has nothing to do with it. When these artists and these managers book these shows for these artists, they don't know that the back end ain't gonna be there when they get to the city. They gonna find that shit out when they find it out that they ain't coming on stage because the promoter ain't got the money. It ain't got nothing to do with you a bad manager. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the promoter not handling their business. Handle your business. Pay your bills on time. You want your credit to be good? Pay your bills on time. Be a man. And I remember when this coward tried to call me out last year on some fucking struggling ass radio fucking station that nobody's fucking watching. Bitch, I don't give a fuck if this live stream got 239 motherfucking views. Bitch, no, I get over 300,000 views on the ncbeat.com a month, ho. You do the math. So at the end of the day, he gonna try to get on some struggling ass radio station that nobody's watching. Bitches on the AM station, ho. We ain't listening to no AM, bitch. It's FM, ho. It's more time in the evening than to me it is, bitch. But 12 hours, ho. They gonna try to call me out. Don't you dare call a real nigga out. Don't you dare call a real nigga out. How weak ass. See, I can tell somebody, no, I'm not doing it. And I ain't got to tell you why. I'll tell you why if I feel like it. But I don't got to tell you why. No. I don't want to do it. I'm not doing it. You can't even go to the people and tell them I don't have the money. You should have called them people ahead of time before they even came to North Carolina that you didn't have the money. You knew you didn't have the money when you booked them. You knew you didn't have the money for the back end when you sent the front end. You knew you didn't have the money because your bank account at Wood Forest is negative $300. You knew when you woke up and thought about a CoolerFest, Fred, that you was broke, busted, disgusted, not at all worthy to take a dog to the dog pound. You knew that when you got your face all out here for this CoolerFest, that your name was bad. You knew that your name was bad. That's why we saw more dirt at the CoolerFest than we saw people. Because nobody was there. Okay? And Jody them and West love them and Jay Morris love them. Don't even be upset that y'all didn't perform because y'all would have been performing to dirt and mud and rain and sleet and snow. Okay, y'all would have been out there performing to nobody. When nobody been dancing. West Loves would have been out there talking about we love to party. Work the middle. You know, and when nobody been out there working. Nothing. Working no middle, no left, no nothing. So, you know, wasn't nobody there, girl. Y'all ain't miss not a damn thing. Wasn't nobody even there. So, Fred is a janky promoter. Let me put his face up here so y'all remember him. Fred is a janky ass promoter. Don't do business with him, or you gonna be scammed. That's just the bottom line. How many more Southern Soul artists you want to come out and say that Fredrick Jerman called them and they didn't perform? It's like every time he throw an event, something is online about him doing some janky ass shit. He hired some security guards, and that's their fault because y'all supposed to get y'all money up front. He hired some security. No, excuse me. I'm sorry. He hired some stage people. That's y'all fault because y'all should have got your money up front. He hired some stage people, promised them to pay them after the show, and then pay them nothing. He talked so much good game, and I was one person that he couldn't speak that game to. You couldn't speak that game to me. You can't run them lies to me. You cannot run them lies to an investigator. You cannot do it. Okay? You cannot run them lies to an investigative journalist. At the end of the day, you ain't shit. You ain't gonna never have shit. Okay? You ain't gonna never be shit. Don't nobody want you because you ain't shit. And you still got to go to court. Okay? Because you out here scamming and shit. So at the end of the day, pay them people that set that stage up. And you know what? Next time, let me tell y'all something. I ain't trying to encourage y'all, but let me tell you what I would do. And that's why I'm glad I ain't got no stage business. Because if I read some shit online, if you call me to set up your stage and I'm hearing all this shit about you scamming and not paying nobody their money, I'm going to have set that stage up. Show is. Okay, it's going to be a specific spot that I can stick that goddamn screwdriver in and turn that bitch going to collapse. So by the time this show over and I don't have my motherfucking 14,000 and it's bad, everybody on that motherfucking stage, it's about to go down, down, down. Here go Fred ass. Clear the stage, clear the stage, clear the stage. Clear the stage. Bruh, clear the stage. Clear the stage. Everybody clear the stage. Get off the stage. When a motherfucker run up there and say clear that stage, that means he got your money. So go to turn that motherfucking screw. I wish I would tell a motherfucker. Hold on, wait. I wish I would tell somebody if I was a stage man that if I don't have my money by 10:30, I'm gonna twist this goddamn screw. This stage go fall out, and he run up that goddamn stage and tell everybody to clear the stage. Bitch, clear the stage. Oh, you ain't got my money. Shit. Y'all ain't gonna have time to clear that bitch. Boom. Boom. Breaking news tonight. A stage imploded and 13 people died. Pay that money. Pay that stage, man. I'm gonna build a high-ass stage. My goddamn stage gonna be like my goddamn stage gonna be like the beach house height. That bitch gonna be high. Sure is. Oh, you high. Yes. That's how high my stage is gonna be. And the higher you go, the harder you fall. Come on, y'all. I give y'all good fucking entertainment. See, that's why I don't go live. Because y'all don't do right. Damn, give me some fucking likes. Damn, thumbs up the video. Your finger hurt, bitch. You got carpet thrown on your fingers and your hands. Push it with your chin in. Do that. You mean to tell me these people out here with no arms and legs can use it's a girl on TikTok that use her damn feet to cut oranges and peels and cook potatoes, and she cooking with her damn feet. And you got all the activities of your limbs. And you can't press a like button. See, you better be lucky YouTube don't show me no list of who ain't like this bitch yet. Because I get each one of you a 30-second read. Nah, I'm just playing. They like, damn, Gerald is mean. No, I'm not mean. This just work, baby. I just got to work. Got to pay these bills. All right. So, Fredrick, stop hosting these goddamn shows. The next time he hosts a show, y'all need to start a protest that tell people the artist won't be here. It's a scam. All right, let's see. Okay. All right. Y'all listen. I don't know how many times I have covered this boy. But I am so damn tired of 19-year-old Noree Staton getting arrested because he cannot stop this predator bullshit that he has going on. This dude right here has not been caught once, but on multiple occasions. He was caught at the Food Lion in the bathroom, peeking over a stall while a woman was taking a shit. That same day, May 24th to be exact, he was at the YMCA in High Point, North Carolina, in the kids' bathroom, chasing around the juveniles. And Temp already calling everybody over, everybody all throughout High Point, begging them for money. Ain't nobody finna keep giving you no money to get this goddamn predator out. Now, I done told you to put this nigga down, and you still ain't done it yet. It's all right. Keep on. Keep on. You in jail again. And the last time I checked, you was calling my motherfucking phone, calling me all kinds of bitches and hoes and motherfuckers and punks and sisters and faggots and shit, and saying that your son ain't never did no shit like this, but he's sitting in the motherfucking coffee shop. He walking around the coffee shop talking about, look, you see it? What you gonna say now, ho? I know you ain't got nothing to say. You gonna get your baby boy out now? Go get your baby son out now. You nasty. Y'all some nasty assholes. A North Carolina woman. Might as well be a woman. Let me read it. A North Carolina man who was previously on the North Carolina beat for peeping at a woman over bathroom stalls and being banned from different store outlets in High Point has been arrested yet again. Look at this fool. 19-year-old Noree Staton is no stranger to the North Carolina beat, and he ain't no stranger to the public or law enforcement. On Wednesday, July 5th, Staton was arrested by the High Point Police Department at a coffee shop on West Lexington Avenue and charged with 4 counts of indecent exposure, 1 count of resisting a law enforcement officer, and second-degree trespassing. On May 24th, Stan was caught peeping at a woman inside a bathroom stall at Food Line on North Main Street. Now, the police said that he was inside the coffee shop exposing himself to customers, walking around at my look. You see? And they picked his ass up, and he in jail with a $25,000 bail, and his mammy Temp crackheaded ass is running around High Point begging everybody for money, and she still ain't paid their ass back from the 1900s when she was borrowing from them to pay her light bill. On May 24th, Stat was caught peeping at a woman inside a bathroom stall at Food Line on North Main Street. Police arrested him, but he was given a $1,000 secured bond. This nigga just looked nasty. Excuse my language tonight, y'all, with this N word, but this dude just looked nasty. Oh. Police arrested him, but he was given a $1,000 secured bond earlier today on May 24th. Like I said, Stan was inside the Hartley Drive family YMCA harassing juveniles in the bathroom. On May 1st, Stan was arrested for sexual battery and was given a $250 bond after management said he groped a woman at Harris Teeter. Now, how the fuck you get a $250 bond for groping a woman? He said, what Trump said, do grab a lot, put. Harris Teeter on East Chester Drive is where he was arrested at. That Harris Teeter over there. On May 9th, Stan was banned from the Waffle House on West Chester Drive after management said he was acting strange and weird near the bathrooms. On April 28th, Stan was banned from Target after management said he was catcalling women. Damn. On June 12th, Stan was banned from Walgreens on North Main Street after customers said Stan was hiding in the bushes jacking off to them. Management said when they walked outside to see what was happening, they immediately recognized the man as Staton, who they had previously seen on the North Carolina beat. On the incident exposure charges, Staton is in the Guilford County Jail under a $25,000 bond. Tim, you gonna come get your nasty ass son? I don't understand why don't nobody in High Point put this motherfucker down, because at the end of the day, girl, save your son's life. Do you not love your child? Why is the fuck that your son keep running outside with no motherfucking clothes on? At least go get him some motherfucking diapers and put it on and strap that bitch so goddamn tight and put some duct tape around that motherfucker so he can't take it off. Because we tired of seeing what you gave him. This boy look younger and younger. He looks like he's shape-shifting. I'm not lying. Let me put this other picture up. Do I got another picture of Noree Staton? Let me see. That other picture we used to have of him up here. He look younger in this picture right here. Let me see. In this other picture, he look older. Maybe it's because of his haircut. Like, let me see. Y'all see that? Can y'all see? Y'all see it? Okay. So in that picture, he look old. But in this, he look young. I don't know. It look like he's shape-shifting. Look like a... So, I don't know. He just look great. Look like a motherfucking stunt double, just like Jamie Foxx. Oop! I didn't mean to say that. Let me edit that out. So, let's see. Tim need to come get her son. Tim, come get your son again. Because we tired of him out here in these streets showing his ass. I honestly just think some people are just evil and just nasty. And I think he's just I don't think this boy got no mental illness. This boy just nasty. He's a creep. Look at him. Like he biting his lip. Look at him. He look like a creep. Look. Temping there right now. I told you to lay low for a while. Damn. Lay low for a while, son. Let this shit blow over. Go to another city. Get in that Charger drive. Okay, Ma. I'll wait for He can't wait. He can't wait. It's the urge. He cannot wait. He cannot wait. There's a video that I want to put up, and I think I'm gonna do it Thursday when we come at live. There's a video on Law and Crime. You probably go out there and see it. It's this man, I believe he's in Georgia, and he's a registered sex offender. He was convicted for messing with children. I think it was in 2016. But anyways, Walmart had called the police because he was inside of their store touching women on the butt and sticking his phone camera like up their skirt. Like he would take his phone like this and stick it under their skirt and he'll, or, you know, they got a skirt on or dress and take a picture and walk off. And a girl had made a complaint to an associate and they called 911. So when the officers got there, they went into the security room and they were following him around. And another associate was showing the officer where he touched the girl at. But the other associate was following him around. And as they were following him around, you could see on the officer's body camera, him hit a girl on the ass again, and then him take his phone. And so they go in there to get him. He starts running. And one officer catches up with him and he's on the phone. And he's like, my wife is out there in the car. My daughter says she can't breathe. Like he's lying. He came up with some stupid excuse about his wife somewhere. And they got his ass and locked him up. And he didn't even know they had his ass on camera the whole time. And I'm like, that's not a mental illness. That's an evil person, a person that have a nasty mindset. Like for you to be going around Walmart, taking your phone and taking pictures, you know, putting it to the ground underneath someone's skirt or dress and taking a picture and going to the next person. And then when the police get you, you saying your wife is something going on with your wife in the car. She can't breathe or something going on. They getting my wife outside or something like that. That's not a mental illness. That's you deflected from what you just done. That's you trying to get away the best way you can. Some of these people have evil mentalities. They are just disgusting. And this boy right here is one of them. 19 years old, go spend the rest of his life in prison or somebody's going to put his ass in the grave. His mammy put him in the nut house ran from the guy, took him out the nut house. For what? Why did you take him out of the nut house? Because he was in there people that know people too. And no white people ain't gonna play that shit about this man, the black man peeping around this goddamn curtain. So they either gonna kick his ass out or the nursing home finna lose all the money they ever made. Because we leaving. My mom is not one of them. So at the end of the day, we trying to understand, bro. Why you keep doing this shit? What's wrong with you? What's going on? That's what Temp or some real men in this boy life need to be asking him. What the fuck is going on? What's on your mind? Why are you doing this shit? You terrorizing the community. Like, that is so fucking weird. Just imagine you at the fucking gas station and you have a female at the gas station and somebody just runs up under you and take a picture of your dress, underneath your dress, or hit you on your butt. That's violation, motherfucking bitch. That's every violation in the book. So at the end of the day, it's something wrong with this dude, and he don't have no type of mentor or no type of man around him. Either something happened to this boy and Tim and them covering it up, or I don't know what else, but I just honestly feel like something happened to him. Tim, what happened to your son? Did you do something to your son, Tim? Did you allow people who was around your son to violate him? Did something happen to him, Tim? What happened to your son, Tim? Why your son is out here doing this? If ain't nothing happened to him, we know damn well it ain't no mental illness. Every month, we've been reporting on this motherfucker April. Well, I didn't report on him April. I got him in May. But he was reported on in April, May, June, not July, 4 months in a row. There's not been a month gone by that your son have not been in the fucking blog about some predatory bullshit. Put him down. Tim, down. Get him some Ritalin. Let it slow him down. Ma. Can I get some food? Slow him down a little bit, Tim. You got him sped up too fast. Slow him down a little bit. Dope him up some. Give him that shit that you be on. Don't give him much. Because we know you can take the whole thing. Don't give him much. Just give him a little bit. Slow him on down a little bit, Tim. Or get him some fucking some naked Barbie dolls. And let him look at them or something. And if you Temp friend, or you his little baby cousin, you 3, 2, 1 years old, don't go around your cousin. Don't go around him. He ain't safe. That's what somebody in the family need to be telling the other family members. You know Temp's son, Noree, don't go around him. Don't be around him, Chelsea, when an adult is not around. You hear me? Yes, sir. You hear me? Okay. Donovan, don't be around him. If he in the room somewhere by yourself, y'all leave out. Act like you playing. Go outside. Do something. Do not be around him. You hear me, Donovan? Yes, sir. You sure? All right. We're not playing with you. Nobody in the family need to be around you. You are dangerous, boy. You are dangerous to society, to yourself, to others, and your mama don't even love you. I wish a lot of these people had a mom like mine. A woman that'll love you unconditionally, do anything for you. But most importantly, love you. It's a different type of love. I feel bad for some of y'all have these mothers. Some of y'all just need to be loved. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You just need to be loved. Ain't nobody love you. That's because some of these mothers are growing up with you. They had you when they was 15 and 17. And they growing up with you. They living their teenage lives too. But each his own. But I'm just saying, Tim, get your son some help. Get your son some help. Get him some help. Get him some help. Get him some help. Get him some help or put him down, baby. Or I'm telling you, somebody gonna hurt him. You think I'm being funny. I'm not being funny. Somebody gonna hurt him. Somebody gonna hurt him. Because you don't do no shit like that. Do no shit like that. All right, y'all. The end of the show. I done made 2 hours. We got to go. Lord, I didn't want to be on this long tonight. We had a time on tonight. All right, y'all. Listen, thank y'all so much. Exactly, A.M. Bellamy. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. Listen, we back on schedule. We back on schedule. We back on schedule. All right. See y'all Thursday night. Okay. Thursday night, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure y'all subscribe to the NCB. All right. Make sure you go like us on Facebook. Make sure you go like us on Instagram, Twitter. And if you have a story, make sure you send it to newstip at the ncbeat.com. Let Gerald put their ass on blast. All right. Send it to newstip at the ncbeat.com, or you can text us at 919-307-9002. That is 919-307-9002. And we're gonna be live Thursday. I'll take some phone calls Thursday because I know a lot of people been emailing me like, Gerald, you ain't been taking no phone calls lately. Well, lately, the last time we was doing the phone calls, you hoes was scared to call in. So I kind of, pull a bike on it a little bit. But if y'all want to call in, then y'all can call in. So thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. If you want to send a cash app, you can. It's GJ the CEO. I feel like I want to get me a steak. I'm so hungry. Need something to suck up this liquor. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. What else do I got to say? Anything else? Nope. See y'all on Thursday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to start doing a celebrity segment, man. So we're gonna incorporate that in. So I might do that on Thursday nights. I might do like Monday nights, true crime and stuff, and crime, and these stories that I have. I try to do stories that I get or stories that are really, really interesting. And then on Thursdays, I might want to do like celebrity news, like, talk about the celebrity tea and all that shit that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because I can report. Let me tell you the way I report it, baby. It'd be just like, God damn, it's so simplistic. So I think I'm gonna do that on Thursday. So make sure y'all tune in 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love y'all. Good night. All right, y'all. Peace. Shirley said, hey, y'all, too. I spoke to her the other day. She said, Gerald, where you been? I said, Miss Shirley got to unplug sometimes. Look, catch me when I'm live. All right, y'all. Peace.